Hey guys, Skyler Page here, coming to you live for the Skyler Page Show. Welcome back to another episode. We're gonna do some cool stuff like product reviews. So let's get right into it. First thing we're reviewing is this Trader Joe's dark chocolate bar. My grandma gave it to me because she got it at the dollar store or wherever, and she gave me a big fat wet kiss on my cheek. I tried to give her the ear, but she's getting tired of me giving her the ear, so she kissed me on the cheek, which is gross because she's old. But, you know, what are you going to do? Let's see if I can get this dang thing open. Not really usually a big fan of dark chocolate, but here we go. Oh, that's gross. Sorry, Trader Joe's. That's gross. That's not pleasurable at all. Speaking of, I remember I talked about this one already. Off stamp, lemon noggin, still on it. I'm like 4 or 5 cartridges in on this one. That's where it's at, lemon. I know I shouldn't be promoting drug use to internet. I know there's some people who might get iffy about that. I'm not promoting drug use. I'm promoting not drug use. And I used to smoke cigarettes and now I vape, and it's almost the exact same amount of money, but I feel like it's not burning my esophagus all the time. So that's got to be a plus, right? No more burnt esophaguses. Hopefully I don't get emphysema or anything, or if I do, I get it at the end of my life and it just takes off the unnecessary end years of my life. You know what I mean? I'd rather have some upfront pleasure now in exchange for killing me when I start getting too old. Who wants to be old anyway? Anyway, that's all the products we have today to review. And so I was just doing interviews. I'm trying to get a job in HVAC because, you know, that's like the last thing that the computers are going to take over is like plumbers and air conditioning. My family all works in air conditioning. They work on RVs and stuff, so I figure I should probably get a job at that. But they got this online interview process. They just ask you a question and make you record yourself like I'm doing now. So I'm all warmed up because I just got out of this interview where they're like, "What is your greatest success and failure?" I'm like, I don't know. What is your... And I thought of something I could have said for that one. I could have said, well, I see success and failure both as the imposters that they are, because the only thing that matters is persistence. It's to push through. Persistence alone is immortal. That would have really got him, I think. But I didn't have 2 years experience in HVAC, so I guess I'm kind of screwed out anyway. Unless they think, hey, let's give this guy a shot. Maybe no one else is really applying or whatnot. We'll see. How am I supposed to get any experience if I can't get my foot in the door? You know what I mean? So that just happened. That's how interviews go these days. There's no one else there. You're just talking to yourself like I am now. Just talking to myself and hoping that it gets some traction online and then I can get monetized so I can pay for more vapes, I guess. I don't know. Pay property tax on something? I'm supposed to pay property tax, I guess? I don't know, man. Trying to figure this out. I just got a bunch of money from my acting gigs when I was in my 20s. I don't even know what to spend it on. I was thinking, okay, reinvest in yourself, right? So I saw that ice cream thing where it's got like the drum that freezes the ice cream really fast and then scrapes it off and it looks really cool, like hay or something. I thought, oh God, I could buy one of those and open it up. I had the exact amount of money to buy it and open it up. But then I looked in the rules and regulations of my county. I've got to have an entire kitchen that I keep as a home base that's going to get inspected by the health inspector. So I got to build a whole ass economy. I got to build a whole ass commissary just to sell ice cream on the street. This is insane. People say, oh, this is America, land of the free, home of the brave. It's not freedom. You go to any third world country, you could just buy a whole case of root beer and open up your business that day. There's no inspection or anything. Yeah, people are dying from salmonella and stuff, but I mean, come on, we're supposed to be the land of the free. I'm wrapped up in regulations and stuff. I can't get my ice cream stand off the floor. So that plan's out. I figure people are gonna keep getting hot when it's hot here and keep getting cold when it's cold. So going into heating and air conditioning would be a pretty good job. Except I gotta have 2 years experience in order to get 2 years experience. And then after that 2 years experience, I can get 2 years experience that I could use in my application to apply and say that I have 2 years experience. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's what's going on right now in my world. What's going on in your world? You're watching a YouTube video of a guy talk about this kind of stuff? What's wrong with you? You need to get your life together. Get your act together. Anyway, let's end that segment and then go on to the new segment. Yeah. Since you've been gone, and I never hear you say, have a picture me with you. That's all you ever hear me say. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, how can I put it? You put me on. I even fell for that stupid love song. Yeah. Since you've been gone, and all I ever hear you say is I'm gonna be with you. It's all you ever feel that way. But since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. I'm still moving on, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. Since you've been gone, you dedicated, you blew it out of time. Shut your mouth, I just can't take it. Again and again and again and again. Since you've been gone, get drunk, get fucked. I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on, yeah. Thanks to you, now I get what I want. I can breathe for the first time. Wow, you hold your breath for a long time, Avril Lavigne. Yeah, what is this Avril Lavigne on the radio? This is like throwback. Everything is a throwback now. Taco Bell is a throwback. We got a throwback to the early 2000s, and remember the nacho cheese chalupas were a thing? Now they are again too, because everybody hates modernity. We've automated ourselves into oblivion since you've been gone. Magic 99. So that was the segment that's before this one, and now this is this one. Ramble about pre-internet nostalgia, early days of Facebook and demise. Dude, remember when you could get on Facebook and just talk to your friends who are just at the same college as you and everybody's joking around? When Facebook first came out, it was like, it was lit, dude. You could just jump on there. There was no old people. No old people had found Facebook yet, and it was just the young kids, and they were all like, hey, what's your Facebook? Hey, what's your Facebook? Every conversation, every acquaintance that you met, you were like, hey, you go on Facebook? Are you on Facebook? Oh, I gotta get your thing. And then you go on there and joke around. We did this one prank one time where these girls at our school did like this ladies' night in, and they did all these like sensuous photos of them like looking out a window and sipping coffee. And then all the dudes, we recreated every single photo, but with like a greasy dudes, and it was hilarious, man. And then it started getting old people on Facebook, and it was not fun anymore. And now no one cool is on Facebook, and they keep promoting this poke thing. Hey, remember poke? Nobody liked poking. Nobody wanted to get poked or to poke anyone else. They're promoting this whole poking thing. It's like an anti-social, like, hey, remember me? I'm an acquaintance of yours. How come you're not paying attention to me? Poke, poke, poke. What is that? What is this? Used to be cool for a second, now it's really not. It's really not. Everybody knows that. Nobody's on Instagram anymore. The new thing is urban survivalism, because no one in our generation will ever be able to afford a home, so we got to figure out life on the streets. So that's what I was doing for the past couple of years, figuring out life on the streets, picking up cigarette butts, digging through trash to find food, holding up little cardboard signs that say something cute and clever so everyone's not depressed when they see you begging for money. That was the line you had to walk. Tired of sucking dick for cheeseburgers, or am I doing this right? And it's written upside down. That's a pretty good one. That was my buddy Reese. He wrote that one. That was a pretty good one. But anyway, that's what we got to do now. We got to figure out how to navigate this homeless life, because we can't afford homes because the fucking boomers screwed us over. The boomers are still collecting shit tons of money. All that we're paying into the fucking Medicare and shit, they're getting it. They're getting it. And now none of us are having kids, so we're not going to get shit. We're not going to get dink. When we dink, dual income, no kids. That's what you want to have. Dual income, no kids. That's what I'm aiming for. I got a secret. I got a lady on the line who thinks I'm kind of cute. She's coming out here from Australia. I can't wait till she gets here. And maybe we'll maybe we'll hit it off. Who knows? But don't make fun of me for that. I didn't get a mail order bride. She contacted me, okay? She thinks I'm cute, and she can overlook the freaking he was doing this. She can realize that I'm a real human and I can move past stuff like that. And I'm not a fucking monster like you want to believe that I am. So she's coming. I'm real excited about that. But she wants to have kids and shit. So I'm thinking, I gotta ditch this animation fantasy that's never gonna happen, and I gotta get a job working on air conditioners and stuff. So that's what I've been up to, applying on the internet for air conditioning jobs. Even though air conditioning has nothing to do with the internet, I should just walk in there and start working. That's what a friend of mine who worked on a construction site said. He was like, when I was a kid, you didn't have to put in an application. You just walked on the site, pick up a tool belt and start working, and eventually you'll be just integrated into the construction jobs. I tried it once. They're like, what are you doing here? Where's your badge, your clearance badge? I was like, it's nowhere. I thought it was going to be cool. It's not cool. Get out of here. Get out of here. Whatever. I'll be fine. I'll figure something out. I always do. And if I don't, then it'll just be kind of crappy, which is fine. And everything's always going to be fine. I've made it to 35 and everything's been fine. I've never been without a meal, even though it was out of the trash or whatever. I've never gone really hungry like the kids in Africa do. Are the kids still starving in Africa? Like, did we fix that yet? Because that's something they always told you as a kid. There's starving kids in Africa, you better finish your food. And I'm like, can I ship it to them or something? Like, because I'm not hungry right now. And I'm not living with my parents, so I'm not hungry anymore, because my dad is actually a stand-up guy, so he provides for everyone or something like that. And I always have food, so I'm fat and I'm never hungry, so I'm still fat. There's that. I know I'm complaining about things being good, but, you know, things are not going to be good for my kids if I have kids, you know what I mean? Things are going to be a lot tougher. And they say, good times make weak men make hard times make good men make good times. Something like that. And unfortunately, I drew the straw of being a weak man who makes bad times. I've shit in a bucket for most of my adult life, living in abandoned houses and stuff. So, hey kids, hope you like throwing sacks of your own poop out the 4th-story window of an abandoned naval academy or wherever the crap it is. Because we're not going to pay rent. We're going to go under the radar. We're going to live in abandoned houses. Can you imagine raising a family like that? That would be insane. They would just snatch your kids up and put them in foster care where they're going to get beat with baseball bats from families who don't give a shit. Whatever, it is what it is. It's just nature. That's just the way it is. Parisho distribution, whatever. Anyway, let me know what you guys want me to make the show about, and I'll do that.